be on his radar. So God knows who is, he accused everyone else of doing everything horrible.
Freedom of speech only matters when people you don't like say things you don't like. Otherwise, it has no meaning. Today, Tom Parker Bowles, dropping absolute bombshells about his mother. It is getting nuclear now, Steve. Yeah, Carl, nuclear doesn't even begin to describe this royal family meltdown unfolding right before our eyes. He's gone. No reconciliation, no forgiveness, not even a courtesy call to Buckingham Palace. Tom Parker Bowles has cut all ties with Queen Camilla, and the timing couldn't be more catastrophic. Why? Because a shocking DNA test just revealed the truth about Camilla's own paternity, and the results are sending shockwaves through the monarchy. Oh, and royal biographers are now involved, reportedly scrambling to rewrite history books that could turn this family drama into a constitutional crisis. So what exactly did this DNA test show that has the royal family in panic mode? Why is Tom suddenly distancing himself from his mother like she's radioactive? Stick around, the plot is thicker than royal blood. But first, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single update in this wild royal family implosion. Did you just subscribe? Awesome. Let's dive into this royal mess. It started like any ordinary family research project. Tom Parker Bowles, respected food critic and son of Queen Camilla, reportedly took one of those ancestry DNA tests. You know, the kind millions of people take every day just for fun. But what happened next was anything but ordinary. Tom was on that cooking show last month saying how proud he was of his heritage. "I've always been fascinated by my family history on both sides," he said with that trademark, aristocratic smile. "I thought I knew exactly where I came from. But that smile has vanished." According to multiple sources close to the royal family, Tom received results that indicated Queen Camilla's biological father was not Major Bruce Shand, as everyone had believed for over 75 years. Yeah, this DNA test apparently revealed that Camilla's actual biological father was someone completely different, a man with connections to the highest levels of British aristocracy, and with secret ties to the royal family itself. Translation: the entire royal lineage just got complicated. Tom reportedly confronted his mother with these results at a private meeting at Clarence House 2 weeks ago. Witnesses describe hearing raised voices and emotional exchanges before Tom stormed out, visibly shaken. Since that day, complete radio silence between mother and son. One palace insider told us, "This isn't just about family secrets. There are serious constitutional questions about bloodlines and succession that could rock the monarchy to its core." And as if that wasn't explosive enough, royal watchers started connecting the dots. You heard that right. According to several royal journalists, this paternity revelation potentially explains why King Charles was so determined to marry Camilla, despite all the obstacles and public disapproval. "It's like the pieces of a puzzle suddenly falling into place," said one royal expert who requested anonymity. "If Camilla's biological father is who we now think it is, it would rewrite decades of royal history. Remember how the Queen was initially against Charles marrying Camilla? Yeah, theories like that get a whole new meaning when you consider what DNA might have revealed behind palace walls. And guess what? As soon as whispers of this DNA test began circulating, Tom Parker Bowles vanished from public life. No one saw it coming. One day he's at a book signing promoting his latest cookbook, and the next, gone. No scheduled appearances, no social media updates, not even a comment through his publisher. According to sources within Tom's inner circle, he's gone completely off-grid at a friend's estate in Scotland. And this wasn't some planned vacation. Insiders say he felt blindsided, betrayed, and unprepared for the identity crisis this DNA bombshell triggered. The test results, the confrontation with his mother, the implications for the royal family. It was all too much. So he cut ties completely. Some say he's already consulted lawyers about legally changing his surname. Others say he's preparing a tell-all memoir that would make Prince Harry's Spare look like a bedtime story. What's clear? His relationship with Queen Camilla appears irreparably damaged, and the ripple effects are just beginning to hit Buckingham Palace. And social media? Oh, it's melting down. As rumors of this family fracture spread, hashtags started trending instantly. Royal DNA scandal. Not her son. Camilla secrets. One viral tweet read, "If your entire identity was built on a lie, wouldn't you distance yourself too?" Another said, "Tom deserves better than decades of deception. Maybe now we'll get the whole truth about the Windsor-Parker Bowles connection." Critics are calling this the biggest royal cover-up since the abdication crisis. royal. Commentators argue that this paternity question raises serious concerns about who knew what and when. But others? They think this could get even worse. Palace PR teams are reportedly in full-on crisis mode. Sources say that top royal advisors are working around the clock on damage control because, let's be honest, this isn't the first family secret the royals have tried to bury, but it might be the first time DNA evidence has blown the lid off generations of carefully constructed narratives. Book publishers are circling. Documentary filmmakers are pitching projects. The royal family is scrambling. Some insiders claim King Charles himself is now trying to act as mediator between his wife and stepson to prevent further family implosion. But with DNA evidence involved, that reconciliation might be impossible. I want the truth to finally come out, one of Tom's friends reportedly told a British tabloid. There's something in those royal bloodlines that they've been hiding for generations. This isn't just another celebrity family drama. This is a potential rewriting of modern royal history. It's about identity, legitimacy, and whether the British monarchy can survive yet another scandal that challenges its very foundations. The royal biographer Penelope Hartwick-Smythe didn't mince words when interviewed yesterday. This revelation creates legitimate questions about Camilla's rapid rise from mistress to queen. If her biological father was indeed connected to the royal family as these DNA results suggest, it paints the entire Charles-Diana-Camilla triangle in a completely different light. And the royal experts aren't stopping there. Historians are now reportedly re-examining photographs, letters, and diaries from the 1940s, looking for clues that might have been missed about Camilla's true paternity. The physical resemblance is undeniable once you know what to look for, said royal historian Malcolm Thornbridge. Compare photographs of Camilla with her supposed father, and then with this other gentleman from the aristocracy. The evidence has been hiding in plain sight all along. Whether Tom eventually reconciles with his mother or not, this moment has already changed the royal family forever. The DNA doesn't lie, the family bonds are fractured, and now the public and historians alike are watching every development with renewed scrutiny. Will Tom break his silence with a tell-all interview? Will more royal family secrets come to light through other DNA revelations? And will Queen Camilla be forced to publicly address her true paternity, or continue the generations of secrecy? According to sources close to Tom, he's currently working with genealogists to trace this newly discovered biological lineage, potentially uncovering even more shocking connections to other prominent British families. This isn't just about Tom and Camilla anymore, said one royal expert. If these DNA results show what we think they do, there could be ripple effects throughout the aristocracy. Other families might discover their histories aren't what they believed either. Some royal watchers believe this explains why Camilla was so determined to marry into the royal family despite all the obstacles. It wasn't just love, suggested one commentator. If her biological father was who we now think, she may have felt entitled to that position all along. Palace insiders report that King Charles is deeply concerned about the impact this revelation is having on the already fragile public perception of the monarchy. Coming so soon after Harry and Meghan's departure and Prince Andrew's scandals, this is the last thing the king needed, said one source. Genealogists are now reportedly inundated with requests from members of the public who believe they might be related to this newly revealed royal connection. Everyone wants to know if they're somehow connected to this secret branch of the family tree, said one DNA testing expert. But the real question remains, what will Tom do next? Will he use this revelation to forge a new identity completely separate from the royal circus? Or will he leverage this bombshell for a Netflix deal that would make The Crown look like a children's fairy tale?
Prince Harry is addressing those rumors about his real father. For decades, there has been speculation that Princess Diana's former lover, James Hewitt, is the 38-year-old's dad, not King Charles III.
For decades, rumors have swirled around the British royal family regarding Prince Harry's paternity. The speculation, fueled by his red hair and physical differences from his brother William, became a persistent tabloid narrative that the palace firmly denied. Now, an explosive revelation has reportedly shattered the fragile peace between Harry and his royal relatives. What DNA discovery could possibly drive the already estranged prince to make a final, irrevocable break with his past? The truth is more stunning than even the most sensational tabloid dared to print. According to sources close to the situation, Harry received the test results during a video consultation with his physician. As the doctor began discussing a specific genetic marker, Harry reportedly stopped him mid-sentence. visibly shocked by information visible on his screen. The consultation ended abruptly, with Harry requesting all his results be sent to him immediately for private review. He ended the call and just sat in complete silence for nearly an hour, one insider claimed. Meghan found him still staring at the results when she returned from taking Archie to his playgroup. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. The genetic profile reportedly contained markers inconsistent with the Windsor genetic line, but remarkably similar to another well-known figure from Princess Diana's past, one whose relationship with Harry's mother had long been the subject of speculation. The James Hewitt question finally answered. For decades, the most persistent rumor about Harry's paternity centered on James Hewitt, the former cavalry officer with whom Princess Diana had a 5-year affair in the late 80s and early 90s. The timing of their relationship, combined with Harry's red hair, similar to Hewitt's, fueled endless speculation despite consistent denials from all parties. Hewitt himself had repeatedly stated that his relationship with Diana began in 1986, 2 years after Harry's birth in 1984, making it biologically impossible for him to be Harry's father. This timeline, confirmed by Diana's friends and royal biographers, seemed to definitively rule out Hewitt. But according to sources familiar with Harry's genetic test results, the truth appears far more complicated. The DNA markers reportedly indicate that Hewitt is indeed Harry's biological father, contradicting the long-held official timeline of when Diana and Hewitt's relationship began. This revelation suggests that Diana and Hewitt may have had a brief earlier relationship or encounter, preceding or coinciding with the early troubled years of her marriage to Charles, a possibility never before confirmed or even seriously considered by royal historians. The timing would have been during a period when Charles had resumed his relationship with Camilla and Diana was deeply unhappy, noted one royal biographer who requested anonymity. It's not implausible that Diana might have sought comfort elsewhere, though this earlier connection to Hewitt has never been documented. Harry's emotional reckoning. For Harry, the reported discovery has triggered a profound emotional crisis that goes beyond the question of his biological father. According to friends, this revelation has forced him to reevaluate his entire life story, including his relationship with the royal family and particularly with King Charles. Harry is processing the fact that people around him, potentially including Charles himself, may have known the truth all along, said one source close to the Sussexes. Every interaction, every cold shoulder, every perceived slight now looks different through this lens. Was he treated differently because they knew? Was the spare designation even more literal than he thought? The timing of this discovery has reportedly been especially painful given the contents of Harry's memoir, Spare, published in 2023. In the book, Harry wrote extensively about his complicated relationship with Charles, his feelings of being overlooked, and his desperate desire for his father's approval and affection. He poured his heart out about his relationship with a man who may have always known he wasn't his biological father, the source continued. That realization is devastating. Most poignant was Harry's reported reaction to photos of himself with Charles. According to those close to him, Harry spent hours reviewing old photographs, looking for genuine connection or signs of emotional distance that might have been invisible to him before. The final break. While Harry has maintained public silence about these revelations, his actions speak volumes about his response. Within weeks of reportedly receiving the test results, Harry is said to have consulted with constitutional lawyers about his technical status within the royal family, begun the process of legally changing his children's surnames from Mountbatten Windsor to simply Sussex, instructed his foundation to remove all references to his royal heritage from their materials, returned private family heirlooms to Buckingham Palace via courier, including items received from Queen Elizabeth II. Most significantly, Harry reportedly sent a formal letter to the palace renouncing any remaining claims or connections to the royal family. While not technically a requirement, as he remains sixth in line to the throne regardless of biological parentage, having been born during Charles and Diana's marriage, this symbolic gesture represents his complete psychological break from his former life. This isn't about legal status for Harry, explained one confidant. It's about identity. He's making a clean break with an institution he now feels was built on lies, at least where he's concerned. Meghan and the children. Throughout this crisis, Meghan Markle has reportedly been Harry's steadfast supporter. According to friends, she viewed the news not as a scandal, but as a piece of clarity that explains much about how Harry was treated within the royal family. Meghan told Harry that DNA doesn't change who raised him or who his children's grandfather is, one source claimed. But she also supports his need to process this truth and make decisions based on it. She's giving him space to figure out what it means for him. For Archie and Lilibet, still too young to understand the complexity of the situation, the practical changes have been minimal. Sources indicate that Harry and Meghan have decided to delay any specific explanations until the children are older, focusing instead on creating stability amid the internal family turmoil. Harry has reportedly become even more protective of his children's privacy, implementing additional security measures around their home and activities. Friends suggest this stems from a fear that the children might become targets of media fixation if the paternity information becomes public. Harry's primary concern is protecting Archie and Lilibet from experiencing anything like what he went through, said one source. If anything, this has made him even more determined to build a life completely removed from royal scrutiny. James Hewitt's response. While Hewitt himself has maintained public silence, sources claiming to be familiar with his reaction describe him as stunned and conflicted. Though he had always denied being Harry's father, these sources suggest he may have privately wondered, given the timing of certain events. A former military colleague of Hewitt's told a British newspaper that Hewitt had occasionally made comments about Harry's military career that seemed unusually proud and specific. He followed Harry's service in Afghanistan with particular interest, the colleague noted. He collected news clippings about Harry's military achievements. We thought it was just because of the Diana connection, but perhaps there was more to it. What remains unclear is whether Hewitt would welcome a relationship with Harry at this stage. The two men have reportedly never had a significant conversation, despite moving in adjacent social circles during Harry's life in Britain. Any potential relationship would be complicated by Hewitt's past decisions to profit from his connection to Diana through tell-all interviews and books. James has carried this secret, or at least this question, for almost 40 years, said one longtime acquaintance. Whether he knew the truth or just suspected it, he's now facing the consequences of choices made decades ago. The path forward. For Harry, the path forward appears to be one of complete separation from his royal past. Friends say he is focusing intensely on his children and humanitarian work, finding purpose in building a legacy entirely his own. Harry told me he feels liberated in a way, one close friend revealed. The constant questions he had about why he never quite fit in, why he was treated differently, they finally have an answer. It's painful, but there's clarity in it. This clarity has reportedly led Harry to embrace his mother's legacy even more fully. Diana's humanitarian work, her empathy for outsiders, and her eventual break from royal constraints now serve as a template for Harry's own journey. Most poignant is Harry's reported new understanding of his mother's isolation. He told me he now understands on a much deeper level what his mother went through, said one confidant. The loneliness of carrying a truth that the institution wanted buried. He feels connected to her through that shared experience. The historical context. While unprecedented in modern times, questions of royal paternity have shaped European history for centuries. From Louis XIV to the Habsburgs, unofficial royal children and questions of legitimacy have altered the course of dynasties. What makes Harry's situation unique is the modern context. The combination of genetic testing, global media, and his pre-existing public separation from royal life. Never before has a royal figure of his prominence had both the scientific means to discover such a truth and the freedom to potentially acknowledge it publicly. Historians note that in previous eras, such questions would have remained permanently in the realm of rumor and speculation. The scientific certainty now possible creates an unprecedented situation for monarchy as an institution built on bloodline and inheritance. Throughout history, monarchies have survived wars, revolutions, and scandals, noted one historical scholar. But they've never before had to confront DNA testing and the absolute certainty it provides about biological relationships. This may ultimately prove more challenging to the concept of royal bloodlines than any political revolution. The ultimate question of identity. Beyond the constitutional implications and family drama lies the deeply personal journey of a man discovering his true identity midlife. For Harry, now in his early 40s, the reported revelation forces a fundamental reassessment of his life story. "This isn't just about who his father is," explained one psychologist who specializes in identity issues but has no connection to Harry. "It's about who he thought he was versus who he actually is." That kind of discovery forces you to re-examine every memory, every relationship, every assumption about yourself. Friends say Harry is approaching this reckoning with remarkable resilience, drawing on the personal growth he's achieved through therapy and his new life in America. Rather than being destroyed by this discovery, he appears to be integrating it into a new understanding of himself. "Harry told me that he finally feels free to be fully himself," said one associate. "Not a prince, not a duke, not a spare. Just Harry, son of Diana, father to his children, husband to Meghan." There's a profound simplicity to that identity that he finds peaceful. For a man whose life has been defined by titles, expectations, and public scrutiny, this final cutting of ties, prompted by the most personal of discoveries, may ultimately provide the clean break he's been seeking since stepping back from royal duties in 2020. In choosing to build his identity around the truth rather than inherited titles or institutional expectations, Harry appears to be following a path his mother might have recognized, choosing authenticity over tradition and personal truth over public expectation.
Our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations, helping to bring the marginal to the center ground.
King Charles has stunned the world by bestowing the prestigious title of Royal Guardian of National Heritage upon Kate Middleton, shaking the monarchy to its core. This historic decision redefines centuries-old traditions and marks a transformative moment for the royal family. For decades, this role has been associated with the monarch's spouse, but now, Kate steps into the spotlight, carrying the weight of history. Let us explore the profound implications of this unprecedented move, the new heir to a timeless role. First, the Royal Guardian of National Heritage title is not something you pick up like a souvenir. It has been traditionally reserved for the Queen Consort, and it is one of the most prestigious roles within the royal system. The fact that Camilla has been expecting it, preparing for it with dignity and determination, makes this transition even more intriguing. Kate, the Princess of Wales, has now been marked as the custodian of this legacy. That is huge. You are not just being given a title. You are inheriting expectations, duties, and a public profile that will follow you forever. This is just the beginning of a legacy that could reshape the monarchy forever. Why now? Why Kate? These are the big questions floating around. Camilla has been working diligently alongside Charles, logging hundreds of engagements every year. She has seen firsthand what it takes to be at the center of royal life. And now, at 77, she is watching as the role she believed would be hers has been passed to her daughter-in-law. By passing the baton to Kate, Charles is saying he believes in this new generation and in Kate's ability to carry on the family's mission in a way that is both modern and respectful of tradition. The timing could not be more fascinating, with King Charles facing health concerns, including reports about a recent cancer diagnosis. The monarchy's stability is under a microscope. There is an urgent need to prepare the younger royals for the responsibilities they will eventually shoulder. By giving Kate such a high-profile role now, the family is laying the groundwork for her to step up when needed. It is not just a nice gesture, it is a strategic move. Let us talk about the symbolism here. The Royal Guardian title is not just about prestige, it is about continuity. For centuries, this role has been a cornerstone of royal tradition. By giving it to Kate, Charles is bridging the past and the future. And let us not overlook the significance of Kate's position in the royal hierarchy. As the wife of the heir to the throne, she is already a central figure in the monarchy's future. This new title cements her importance even further. Kate's upbringing is another critical piece of this puzzle. As a commoner who married into royalty, she brings a fresh perspective to the role. Her background in art history and her passion for early childhood development make her uniquely qualified to oversee the nation's cultural heritage. But let us not forget what is at stake here. Being royal guardian is no walk in the park. It is a role that comes with intense public scrutiny, endless expectations, and a lifetime of service. Kate has charm and poise in spades. That much is obvious from her public appearances. But the real test will come, as she balances this new responsibility with her existing duties. Can she manage the pressures of this expanded role while maintaining her other commitments? That is the million-dollar question. Charles's decision also signals a broader shift within the monarchy. The royal family has been under increasing pressure to modernize and stay relevant in today's fast-paced world. By giving Kate such a prominent role, they are not just handing her a title, they are setting her up as a symbol of this new, more progressive era. It is a smart move, one that acknowledges the importance of appealing to younger generations while still honoring the weight of tradition. This move is also a masterclass in forward thinking. Charles is not just making decisions for today, he is planning for the monarchy's future. Kate's legacy is one of grace, dedication, and a measured approach to royal life. If she can channel these qualities into her new role, she will be in good shape. What makes Kate's position even more compelling is her potential to redefine what it means to be royal in the 21st century. The days of purely ceremonial duties are fading. Royals are now expected to champion causes, connect with the public, and use their platforms for good. Kate, with her natural charisma and genuine empathy, is perfectly positioned to take on these challenges. This transition also raises interesting questions about influence and power within the monarchy. Historically, royal roles and titles have often been influenced by traditional notions of hierarchy, but Kate's rise to prominence shows that the family is willing to embrace change. By elevating her to such a significant role, they are sending a powerful message about merit and the evolving nature of the monarchy. The public's reaction to this news has been a mix of excitement and curiosity. Kate has already won over many hearts with her dignified demeanor and sincere public appearances, but this new title comes with higher stakes. People will be watching closely to see how she handles the pressure and what kind of impact she will have on the monarchy's future. As Kate grows into her new role, she will also have the opportunity to carve out her own identity within it. While she will undoubtedly draw inspiration from those who came before, she will also have the chance to bring her own unique perspective to the role. Whether it is through heritage conservation, public advocacy, or educational initiatives, Kate has the potential to leave a lasting mark on the monarchy. Charles's choice marks a turning point for the royal family, shaping its future in surprising ways. The crown's youngest symbol of continuity and progress. It is worth noting that this move is not just about the present. It is about securing the monarchy's future in a world that is increasingly skeptical of traditional institutions. The royal family needs to demonstrate its relevance, and by investing in Kate and giving her a meaningful role, they are showing a commitment to evolution and adaptability. Kate's new title is a key part of that strategy. Of course, none of this guarantees smooth sailing. The challenges ahead are enormous. The royal family is under constant scrutiny, and every misstep is magnified 100-fold. But if Kate can rise to the occasion, and all signs suggest she can, she will be a pivotal figure in shaping the monarchy for years to come. So what does this mean for Camilla? Sources close to the palace report that the queen consort is furious at what she perceives as a slight. For years, she has stood by Charles, weathering public criticism and gradually winning acceptance. The royal guardian title was to be her crowning achievement, a recognition of her place in the royal hierarchy. Camilla feels blindsided, says one palace insider. She's put in the work, she's earned her place, and now she's watching as Kate is given a role that traditionally would have been hers. It's not just about the title, it's about what it represents. The tension between Kate and Camilla has reportedly reached an all-time high. While they maintain a facade of cordiality in public, behind palace walls, the atmosphere is said to be frosty. William finds himself caught in the middle, torn between supporting his wife and respecting his father's marriage. Charles, for his part, is said to be standing firm on his decision. The king believes this is what's best for the monarchy, explains a royal correspondent. He has the utmost respect for Camilla, but he's thinking about the institution's future. Kate connects with the public in a way that's crucial for the royal family's continued relevance. This royal drama unfolds against a backdrop of broader changes within the monarchy. As Charles implements his vision of a slimmed-down royal family, every decision takes on added significance. Who's in favor? Who's being sidelined? The balance of power is shifting, and with it come inevitable tensions. For Kate, this new title is both an honor and a burden. She's aware of the rift it has caused, and is reportedly working behind the scenes to smooth things over with Camilla. Kate doesn't want this title to come at the cost of family harmony, notes a source close to the princess. She's trying to navigate this delicate situation with the grace we've come to expect from her. As for the British public, opinions are divided. Many applaud Charles for recognizing Kate's contributions and securing the monarchy's future. Others sympathize with Camilla, seeing the decision as a snub to a woman who has dedicated her later years to royal service. What remains clear is that this decision will have lasting implications for the royal family. It's not just about a title, it's about the monarchy's direction as it navigates the complexities of the modern world. Kate's journey as royal guardian is just beginning, and it promises to be a fascinating one. As she steps into this new role, she will be carrying not just a title, but the hopes and expectations of a nation. It's a lot for anyone to handle, but if there's anyone who can do it, it's her. And with the support of William and her children, Kate is poised to become a defining figure in the next chapter of royal history. As we dive deeper into the significance of this title transfer, it's essential to understand what makes the royal guardian role so unique. This title, historically associated with the preservation and promotion of Britain's cultural heritage, carries enormous responsibility. The Guardian oversees the royal collection, one of the largest and most important art collections in the world, and serves as a patron to numerous cultural institutions across the United Kingdom. It's a role that requires not just an appreciation for history, but a vision for how that history connects to the present and future. Kate's background in art history makes her particularly well-suited for this aspect of the role. Her degree from St. Andrews and her subsequent work with the National Portrait Gallery have given her a solid foundation in the arts. But the title encompasses more than just art and artifacts. It's about preserving and promoting the intangible heritage that defines British identity. Camilla's disappointment stems partly from her own passion for these areas. Over the years, she has cultivated relationships with numerous heritage organizations and has shown a genuine interest in preserving Britain's cultural legacy. To see this responsibility given to Kate feels, to her, like a repudiation of her efforts. There's a sense that Camilla has been passed over, explains one royal historian. It's not just about ego, it's about recognition for years of dedicated service. The timing of this announcement has also raised eyebrows, coming as it does during a period of transition for the monarchy, with Charles still establishing himself as king. It suggests a deliberate strategy. Perhaps Charles is using this appointment to signal the direction he wants the monarchy to take, one that embraces modernity while respecting tradition. Kate's early exposure to public life has already set the stage for her to embrace this responsibility. From accompanying the royal family at major events to engaging with the public on her own initiatives, she has shown an ability to connect with people across all walks of life, a skill that will be invaluable as she grows into her new role. Her interactions with the public have been marked by a natural warmth and genuine interest that suggests she is well suited for the demands of royal life. But what does it mean for the monarchy to have Kate in such a prominent role in this modern age? For one, it signals a willingness to adapt and embrace change. The British monarchy, an institution steeped in tradition, has often been criticized for being slow to evolve. By elevating Kate to such a prominent role, the royal family is taking a step towards modernization. This move acknowledges the importance of engaging with younger generations and addressing contemporary issues. Kate's role will likely involve a mix of traditional duties and modern initiatives. She may take on ceremonial roles, such as representing the monarchy at cultural events, while also championing causes that resonate with her generation. Issues like early childhood development, mental health, and arts education are likely to feature prominently in her work, reflecting the evolving priorities of the monarchy. This transition also highlights the importance of forward-looking leadership within the royal family. Charles's decision to elevate Kate is not just about the present, it's about preparing for the future. As the monarchy continues to navigate the challenges of the 21st century, Kate's perspective as a relatively younger royal, with a connection to ordinary Britons, will be invaluable. While the title of Royal Guardian carries significant weight, it also offers Kate a unique platform to shape her own identity within the royal family. Unlike her other roles, which may come with more rigid expectations, this position allows her to carve out a distinct path. This individuality will be crucial as she balances the expectations of her role with her own aspirations and interests. As we look to the future, Kate's journey will undoubtedly be shaped by the changing dynamics of the royal family. With the passing of time and the emergence of new challenges, the monarchy will need to continue adapting. Kate's role as royal guardian will be a critical part of this evolution, serving as a bridge between tradition and progress. The decision to bestow this title on Kate also reflects a broader trend within the monarchy. The emphasis on continuity and stability in a world that is constantly changing. The royal family's ability to adapt while maintaining its core values is essential, and by investing in Kate, the monarchy is ensuring that it remains relevant and resilient in the face of future challenges. Kate's ascent to the role of royal guardian is a moment of great significance, not just for her, but for the monarchy as a whole. It marks the beginning of a new chapter, one that is filled with promise and potential. As she grows into this role, Kate will have the opportunity to leave a lasting impact on the institution and the people it serves. And despite the current tensions with Camilla, there's hope that time will heal these wounds, and that both women will find their place in this evolving royal landscape. For now, all eyes are on Kate as she takes on this new responsibility. The world watches with anticipation to see how she will shape this historic role and, by extension, the future of the British monarchy. In the grand tapestry of royal history, this moment may well be remembered as a pivotal turning point, a time when the monarchy once again demonstrated its remarkable ability to adapt and endure, even in the face of internal strife and external challenges. The saga of the royal guardian title is far from over. Indeed, it is just beginning. And like all great royal dramas, it promises to be a tale of ambition, duty, rivalry, and ultimately, the unyielding weight of the crown.